We had a group of people who were keen to get involved, and we wanted to, I think people felt it was important to get permission to use the land, so we did that. We approached the Poole Housing Partnership, as it was at the time, and got permission.
We got together and we're going to do this veg thing, the community, bring everybody together. It's a common interest.
I didn't particularly want to set up another organisation, another charity or whatever, because that can be quite cumbersome for a small project. So we just thought, well, let's just keep going on people's generosity in terms of time and resources and see how long that takes us. And that's kind of what we're still doing. I mean, one thing we did get is these raised beds are made out of scaffolding. And the scaffolding boards came from the scaffolding company that have done all the work on the towers, so they donated those. So that was a significant donation from a local company. But apart from that, everything's been done out of our own generosity.
It's actually just mustard seed from Sainsbury's, which is like £1 a packet that you're supposed to eat. So I just scattered it on there and it's come up, and we've been eating it as salad. And now it's got quite big, so it's time to dig it in.
I mean, in terms of resources, we've never fundraised. So we've kind of worked on the principle that people will kind of give of their own time and give of their own resources. I mean, you know, growing vegetables is a really resource-light thing to do. You know, seeds are cheap, and people quite often get too many seedlings, and so they can give you excess seedlings. So, you know, it doesn't cost a lot of money to do what we've done.
And then this little thing behind me, we thought it would be a really lovely thing to do some wildflowers, because people could come and enjoy the space and then sit at the bench in amongst some really beautiful flowers.
It's been lovely how people got involved, you know, it's really sort of expanded, isn't it?
Yeah. People come by and they don't take
just help themselves, which is nice. But
I come out in the morning if I want a few run of beans, I help myself with others, which is nice to have it fresh.
We're starting to see butterflies and bees and bits and pieces, and of course, you know, we've got our native foxes and hedgehogs.
Hedgehogs,
don't we?
So
it's great. So it's our little bit of country in the town, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Come together and enjoy doing a common task together, and the vegetables and produce like the blackberries that you might want to see over there are free for other people to take, so you know, it's not like an exclusive thing. But yeah, we have taken an interest in, you know, growing things, doing some companion planting and planting things that encourage pollinators and that sort of thing. You know, I'm really interested in growing plants that are, you know, native to Britain, so that, you know, you're encouraging plants that will naturally have insects that pollinate them and stuff like that. So yeah, well, I mean, we're not experts on this, but you know, definitely see a lot more natural life as a result of just growing stuff. Soil we've just built up gradually, so we started with the soil that was there and we've just enriched it year on year. So we've taken seaweed from the seas, about 5 minutes walk from here. So the first year we got barrows and barrows of seaweed, rinsed them off so there's not any salt on them, pile them in onto the soil and just let that rot in over the winter. But year on year, if you add organic material, let it rot down, the soil will improve. So we've put manure on it, and then we've developed our own compost. We put that on each year, and gradually the soil is enriching. Made these compost heaps out of some pallets. So basically, you don't want stuff that encourages rats and mice, and no cooked food, no bread or seafood or anything like that. No invasive weeds, or because you've got to have a really hot compost to break down the seeds of weeds, otherwise you're just putting invasive weeds back into your soil, which is not very much, not any good. So grass cuttings, you know, all the peelings from your fruit and veg at home. I mean, we don't do this here, but in my compost heap in my house, I actually put the contents of the Hoover bag. You know, there's all sorts of things you can put in a compost heap. Young weeds, shredded paper, sawdust, ripped up cardboard. That'll all rot down and provide compost for your garden.